Well, I'm really pleased that we won. um, I told the guys this in the locker room. You got to win games sometimes when things don't go your way, and it kind of gets messed up out there. And at the end there, it got a lot more interesting than I thought it needed to get, and certainly give Johnny and his group credit for kind of continuing to battle back. Because we went up 15, and I thought we decided after we hit a three to go up 15, and then I thought we forgot how to play basketball for a while, and so I wasn't pleased with that. I was really pleased with everything we did up to that point, or the majority of the things we did up to that point. And then I thought we just got casual, and I thought we stopped doing the things that we work on in practice every day. But what I'm pleased with, and you guys know I'm really positive after a win on the day of the game. Now tomorrow in film, we might not be so positive, but what I'm really pleased with is we just found a way, and that's the most important quality of a good team, and we got to build on that part of it. I thought defensively in the first half, that's as active as we've been guarding the drive, and it was multiple things. It's not just the guy guarding the ball handler, and that was pretty good tonight. It's the guys off the ball, and I thought we were collectively really defending in the first half, and I was really pleased with our defensive effort there. So there was some really good stuff. I thought Dave, I told him in the hallway here a second ago, he had a couple defensive errors in a bad stretch, back-to-back defensive possessions. But outside of that, I thought he was phenomenal, and he hits a couple really big shots down the stretch that we needed, and made a couple really big plays. So I was really pleased with that. I thought Landers Nolly in the first half defensively maybe as good as I've seen him defend. Vic had a nice night, 6 for 6 from the free throw line, gives us a lift, and I can kind of keep going down the line. But there was a lot of good stuff, and then, like I said, after we went up 15, there's a lot of bad stuff, but we found a way, and I'm pleased with that.
16 steals. Was there something you saw on tape that they were a little loose with it? It looked like the guards were aggressive as soon as the ball got out in front, or was it just the flow of the game? And
there's always multiple factors to things like that, and they probably weren't as secure with the ball. You always got to look at their side of it too, because they have great perimeter players that are really good off the bounce. But I did think our defense was significantly more active, and that's the area that we've been really critical of our defense as a coaching staff, that we're doing some nice things, but we're just not getting our hands on enough balls. We're not generating, Justin, I know, is the Ken Pom expert in the crowd here, and he knows we're not generating enough turnovers. Our turnover percentage is really low. So, again, we've been emphasizing that in practice, and it was good to see us get our hands on some balls today.
Big guy gets 18 points in the second half and just finds a way and makes all his free throws. So, Viktor, Lakhin.
Yeah, I thought he played well. You guys know I'm so hard on him because of how good I think he is. I thought he had some really nice defensive possessions. I thought he had a couple of defensive breakdowns too during that stretch. Just kind of relaxing when the ball moved, and then he's late to close out. Then he wasn't in a stance on a possession where what's his name? Gosh, I should know his name because he's really, really, really dang good. Hendricks, kind of just blows by him like he's a matador. So I thought there were a couple breakdowns there, but other than that, I thought he was pretty dang good, guys. And 6 for 6 from the free throw line. He works at his shot like crazy, and I think you're starting to see some results in games. But those 6 free throws meant a lot tonight.
Is he allowed to start taking threes now, or
no?
A couple more games?
We're not there yet. We'll get there. We are going to get there. That is the next evolution. But he got to go 6 for 6, maybe 3 or 4 more in a row if we're going to do it this year.
You've talked about his talent, NBA-level talent. There's a lot of scouts here to see Hendricks. Do you think Vic might have showed, he's a guy to keep an eye on in that realm too?
I think he's capable of playing at that level. I think he has that potential. He knows, I think. I'm not saying anything that he doesn't know, I think. What they see when they watch, I don't know. I can just tell you what I see, and I do think Vic has the ability to play at that level. He's got to continue to grow, but I think people that know basketball see the instincts. They see the length. They see that he's improving at a really fast rate. So, I don't know.
Wes, 7 assists and just 1 turnover for David in 34 minutes. How important is it for you as a head coach to have a guy to rely on down the stretch? They make a run, they tie the game, and you get the ball to him, good things happen.
I kind of talked about it in my opening remarks. I mean, he closed us out tonight. I mean, those were big shots that we needed. We got the switch. You know, you isolate, and he's isolating on you just said it. There's probably, I don't know how many NBA teams were here tonight, but I know who they were here to see because he's a projected top 15 pick, and it's because he's 6'9", 6'10", and he can guard multiple positions. So we get the switch, and I thought Dave made a really nice play twice to get shots over the top. That he was again. David was really good. I'm proud of his performance for sure.
Rob made a huge emphasis on the defensive end here in this one. What did you think of his performance today, and how great is it to have a guy like Rob, an elite defender, back after missing most of the season with an injury?
Rob's a Bearcat, guys. Like, you know, we were frustrated with him and John going down, and everybody knew that, and we had to kind of check ourselves that we had to stop being frustrated and worry about what we could control as a program, as a staff. But I think people can see why there was some frustration because he's reliable. He's been in big games and big moments, and now you can see some of the defensive effort, and he's going to do some other things offensively too. But I thought he had a real impact on the game tonight.
Mike on a little bit of a shooting slump right now. What do you do with the guy when they go from that stretch where he was hitting almost 50, 60% and now struggling to get it in?
Well, guys like Micah and myself that are great shooters, we don't go have shooting slumps. I don't believe in shooting slumps. You just keep taking good shots. You keep getting in the gym and working every day. And he's been doing that. And I thought his shot selection tonight was fine. You know, I thought he took good ones. I thought he was wide open. And he knows this. That's the last thing he needs to worry about other than working at it every day. Take the right ones, just go out there and defend and play the right way, which he's done all year. He'll start making them again. I'm not worried about it.
The improvement in execution efficiency over the past month plus has been pretty obvious. Was there a turning point? Is there something you can point to or put it in context, or is it just what you talked about where it was this team building and getting better?
Yeah, I've said this all along. I want to say this first to you because you know this by now. Asking me a question like that, it's about tomorrow. I mean, we got to get better tomorrow, and that's where our mentality has to be. But you know, every time for the last 6-8 weeks that you look back after 2 weeks ago, man, we're better than we were 2 weeks ago, and then we're better than we were 2 weeks ago, and that part's been fun. Now, sometimes within that 2-week stretch, we took 2-3 steps forward and then 1-2 steps back, and that's been some of the frustration. But we have been steadily improving over time, and that's got to continue. We certainly haven't freaking arrived because the minute you think you've arrived, that's when you take those steps backwards. And I think that's the mentality that we got to have all the time, even if we go up 15 at home. You know,
It's a hard-fought win. You close out. The students are happy. Does it matter to you that it's a quadrant 2 win?
No, I don't get into all that. Control what you can control, and that's getting better today, getting prepared for the next game. That stuff all shakes out the way it's supposed to, and I really believe that. You know, when you look at your schedule, as you're putting it together, you want to have enough games to prepare to, you know, be a team that's an at-large team in the tournament. So you do that in preparation. Once you get in the season, it's just about the next day. I do want to say this. Our building was a factor tonight. Our crowd was a factor. Our students were a factor tonight. You know, I thought they gave us a great lift. You know, we foul a three-point shooter up 4, and they're in a precarious position on that offensive possession. And, man, I'm sitting there going, that's a real environment shooting a free throw in a tight game on the road. And it wasn't just that moment, but honestly, I thought our fans were phenomenal. I thought our students were phenomenal. So thank you, and we'd love more of that, but we really appreciate it. Yeah, Ches will tell you it was a good foul for that reason, for sure.
Anything else?
Okay, thanks, guys.
Viktor, Lakhin, David, DeJulius for our press conference today. Questions for the student athletes?
David, you've always kind of had that combo guard role, but it really feels like you're facilitating, especially the past couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
What's changed for you, or maybe the way you guys are running the offense has allowed you to distribute so well?
I just felt it was a need there. I feel like I got a lot of talent around me, and I feel like I can create at a high level, so I wanted to do that. I feel like we had some success from there for sure.
There's a pretty big 3 there, and I think that's the one that put you over 1,000. I know you're not here for the individual thing, but that's a big shot for you and the team.
Yeah, for sure. They just told me, very appreciative of that. When I do it with our coaches and teammates, I was just more so glad I was able to make it put us up 4.
Over the past couple of weeks, you two have really had things clicking on the pick and roll. Was there a certain point that you guys were like, okay, we're starting to really get this down, or has it just been an evolution?
You want to go?
I think, yeah, like throughout the time, we just realized that like some things start working, and like we talk during the game, like they play hard hedge, for example, so I'll be slipping the pick and roll, so you can look for me. If the defense, like tag guy guarding me, he hits a corner, like opposite corner. So we just talk it throughout the game, and as you said, like throughout the time, I get better and better.
I'll simplify that. I pass him the ball, so he want to set me more ball screens.
Was that a result of teams running, like, blitz and ball screens and running doubles at you?
Yeah, for sure. It was a little adjustment, but now I embrace it. I like it because now I get to pick the defense apart, and I got great teammates like Viktor around me that's able to make plays.
Vic, you've talked about getting more and more confident this year. Seems like any time now the team needs a bucket, a lot of times they're throwing it inside to you. Are you more and more comfortable in that role?
Yeah, most definitely, but I would say it's not like, oh, let's go to Vic. But I'm like one of the options now. So we give David the ball because he's the best pick and roll player. Or the chess, same thing goes about him. And then we play. If they switch, I can finish it like through the smaller guy. Like, for example, what happened in the last position when Dave hit a 3. Like, they switch, I roll. If Dave doesn't want to shoot that shot, he can pass it to me. So it's like more options in the offense right now at the end of the game. So he can go through me, he can finish by himself, or like if they start doubling or like shrink their defense, he just make a simple play.
David, what's the key in the final moments, final minutes? They make their run, they tie the game. What are you trying, as a leader of the team, trying to, dictate to the rest of the teammates?
Yeah, my job as a leader of the team is to embody and be the example of what Coach West preaches on the floor, and that's being next play. He always say you're going to go through adversity, team's going to go through runs, but the team that's most likely to prevail is the ones that stick together through the ups and the downs.
Vic, you finished with 20 and 8 tonight. 18 of those 20 came in the second half. What was working for you, and what schemes did they really change up to free you up there in the second half a little bit more?
I would say they started switching with me more, so I had like more opportunities. And in the first half, Dave hit me a couple times, and I missed. He said, "You gotta make that shots," and like he kept like feeding me, and I started scoring that. So it's like nothing really changed, but I feel like guards start feeling more confident. If I score one time, he want to like feed it more and more. Like if they see, like for example, see things that working, he'll like feed me more and more. So nothing really changed. I would say I just finished my moment. So in the next possessions, I was like a favorite target, I would say.
Vic, you take a lot of pride in going against really good players, or going against a guy in Hendricks who could be a first-round NBA pick. Was that something on your mind this game?
No and yes. Like I don't think like I gotta be better than him today. But first of all, I think about win, and I want to give him credit. He's a really good player, and he made me work, especially with his ability to shoot and like drive. So you gotta like really be in a stance and like guard like two things at the same time. But yeah, of course, if you have like such a good player like him, you don't wanna look like bad. You know what I'm saying? That kind of match. So of course, if I have somebody in a match who is like top pick, people look at him, but I'll make Scout look at me too.
Dave, was there something you saw in the scout that said they were susceptible to putting it out in front of them? Because you guys were attacking that a lot in the first half, or was it just the flow of the game and
Attacking the
steal?
Still. Man, we were just alert and ready. That's what our coaching staff preaches: being alert and ready, being active. And when you active, you're able to make plays. Like you can be in position, and that'll be good. That'll be an average defense. But not only when you're in position, but when you active, you load and you talking. That's what makes a defense go from good to great. And I feel like during that stretch, we were great.
How much of a spark has it been having Rob back and his defense? In those spurts that he comes in.
A veteran on and off the court, having him come in defensively, being the leader on both ends of the court, and kudos to him. A guy that comes from spent 4 years at a place and transfer. and then get hurt and have to sit out over half of the season, that's a tough deal. But he was an extension of the coaching staff while he was out, and now he's on the court being an asset for us as well.
Victor, how do you feel about making all 6 of your free throws? Those are key.
Pretty good. I think it's happened. It's got to be something. I try to change something now.
And how quicker are you now with the new haircut?
So it happened actually for a bet. I bet with Josh that I would go like this. So I got it for that $100 too.
You made money. Good week for you.
Dave, what did you see when the big man was on you? I think 25 was on you, and it seemed like you were really attacking him. What was the difference when a smaller guy and when you had the big guy on you?
Yeah, well, first and foremost, I want to lead, and like I said, we got guys like Vic. So during the first half, I was coming off, they were switching, I was throwing it in, and I feel like they kind of gravitated to him a little bit. So down the stretch, I kind of wanted to be aggressive, and I was able to get some space and find a comfortable rhythm.
You guys are both in your second year now in this defensive system, man-to-man. It can take some time to really gel together as a unit. Do you guys feel like it's the most in sync it's been across this entire kind of 18-month stretch?
Oh yeah, like our half-court defense is so good when we get it set. Like except like some like simple mistakes, like allowing backdoors, some stuff like that. When we're guarding actions and coaches doing a great job with scouting teams, we're a really, really good team. Especially like I would say like not starting 5, but like our 7 players, 7, 8 players, like know exactly what they're supposed to do, and we lock things up. So I would say yeah, it's the best defense we've had so far.
Last year about this time, teams were keying on you, and there weren't a whole lot of other answers. How much different has it been this year? You've got Landers, you've got Vic. Micah's had great stretches. JD's had great stretches where there's more guys on the floor that can pick it up.
Yeah, when you have guys like Vic and Shuey that make that major step in the offseason, which is a testament to their hard work, and then you add a dynamic player like Landers, I'm able to play the game that I want to play, which is not only score, but more importantly, create for my teammates. And that just takes a lot of pressure off myself where I don't have to force anything. And I get the ball to them guys in their spots, and they make me look good. And when they start keying on them, then I can get my own scoring going.
Vic, you've, I think, tallied your 5 most highest minute games in the past month or two. Do you feel like your stamina is the best point it's been since you've kind of made it over the States?
Kinda, I would say. Like now, I'm just so locked in to finish the season. I would say I don't want to like let it like drop. So like we got 7 more games left, and like every game, I might be not that much locked in the practice, but like when game starts, I'm like we cannot let it like drop today. So I'm like, not to say even more, but I'm just so focused to like don't let it drop and like play hard as I can, and that's what happens usually. And try to like do my best. It's nothing that my confidence going up or not. Just trying to stay like focused and stuff.
One more for the student athletes.
Important game with a team close to you in the standings. How much more critical was it today, like coming into it knowing, hey, we got to protect home court and beat a team that we're kind of jockeying for position with?
Oh, very. Every home game is important, and everyone's going to give you their best shot. And everyone's going to play hard, but have a team like that that's great. Come in and get a win like that, it's amazing. You can't worry about what other guys doing. Can't constantly look at the standings to see who win and who lose. You just have to take care of your business. I was happy we was able to take care of our business tonight.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, fellas.
Thanks, David. Thanks.